So if you it looks very let's talk for just like 30 seconds about the gearing path through Zereth Mortis. The gearing path is quite simple. That you have this 226 gear is the absolute bare bones minimum. This is going to basically mean that the zone will be balanced around you being 226 as well. So what you probably want to do is get your alts that you plan to bring into Zereth Mortis. They don't necessarily need to be 226, but you want to get them somewhat close. Any gaps that you're missing when you first step into Zereth Mortis can be filled out with this, the Broker's gear. You're then probably going to look at the Crafter's Mark IV gear once people get the ability to craft and sell that sort of stuff. Obviously, there's some time gating on that. That's going to take a week or so for people to be able to get the reputation to buy the pattern to start crafting the gear. But 233 crafted gear is going to be your next little upgrade. As of just running around and playing the zone, it's not uncommon to find daily quests that, at least at this point, appear to be 239. So your basic catch-up gear in the zone is then going to be 239. And there's a 246 vendor, which you can then buy with where is it? These things, the Sand-worn relics. Sand-worn relics that you are going to find through your time in Korthia. These things can be turned in for 246 item level gear. So that there's also, on top of that, a Cypher set of gear, which we don't completely have access to, I think, at this moment in time, which will be upgradable through the Cypher system as well. So there's going to be lots of different gearing options, all of which feels like it's going to end up at around the 250 item level mark. If you get your, currently in Korthia, if you're fully geared from just Korthia alone is 233. I'm obviously not talking about raiding or Mythic Plus or any of that sort of jazz in this. This is purely the world content gearing. 233 is kind of where you sit at if you are maxed out with your Korthia gear. 250, 252, something around there, I feel is the equivalent, but in Zereth Mortis. Obviously, raid gear, Mythic Plus, PvP gear, all of that can go much further. But for the world content, at least, it seems like 250 is going to be kind of the end point. Is there a token for each slot? Sorry, I didn't mean to close the vendor. Yeah. Weapon, accessory, helm, chest piece, legs, shoulders, gloves, boots, braces, and belt. With a kicker of a cloak as well. 10 accessories. Let's see what we get out of these. Whether there's any. Are we gonna have to get like 15 rings before we get a single trinket? A ring, salvaged viperid band, discarded cartel al signet with a prismatic socket. Ooh. Benthic lottery. Maybe all the rings have sockets, we don't know. No, all the rings do not have sockets. Impossible ancient band, crit mastery, lots of it in all. Haste verse with a socket. Broker's lucky coin. Trinket. Damaging attacks and spells have a chance to flip a coin, granting 230 of a secondary stat for 15 seconds. Heads is critical strike, tails is haste. Huh, okay. Impossible ancient band again. Discarded owl signet again. Haste verse with a socket. Okay, so there is the opportunity for them to proc with or without sockets. Like I said, none of this really matters because you're going to replace. You could potentially, after a couple of weeks in Zereth Mortis, you could replace this gear with just, crafted gear off the auction house. But like I said, you got to start somewhere. Abandoned Automa Loop. That's a new one. Oh, same again. Both crit verse. Both crit verse. Oh, item upgraded plus avoidance. Doesn't upgrade. Yeah, okay. So you have tertiary proc chance. Tertiary proc chance on sockets or, you know, avoidance in that scenario. And then just, you know, basic bitch. It is also true to say again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rings for 1 trinket. If you're fishing for trinkets, it's going to get expensive again. Boo hiss.